All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Welcome to the Stop and Listen podcast. I'm your host, Jamie. How are you doing on this lovely day?
Howdy, you all. How are those boys doing up there?
Well, we don't have peace on Earth yet. I don't even know. Well, directly, I guess I should say. So this is actually a rare Monday edition. I'm recording this. Hopefully, I don't mess up too much and get it out nice and quick. I got off early today. I worked only like 13 hours to the normal 14 or so. No, I didn't work 12 or 12 hours today. But hey, why wouldn't I work 12 hours a day with all the privilege I have? Okay, so here we have from Reuters, Janet Yellen, Treasury Secretary, I think so. U.S. Treasury Secretary, yes. Yellen launches Amazon Basin effort to disrupt nature crimes. Why is the United States policing Brazil's nature? That's too far, folks. It's too far. I don't know what kind of government you desire, but it's too much. Too much. So it was uncovered over the weekend that Google and Facebook AI, and probably all of them, but those specifically is what was reported. I mean, I've seen it on my end, not as exactly what came up, that where you start searching Trump assassination and like it doesn't, or no, you say assassination attempt on, and it says Reagan, Hitler, George Wallace, Bob Marley, Truman, Gerald Ford, Teddy Roosevelt, like no Trump, right? Donald Trump, ex-president, leading candidate to be the next president in a few months, is shot in the head and is punctured. I can't say. Maybe I can't. Maybe I shouldn't say that word on the YouTube because I guess I shouldn't be reporting about the story probably. I mean, is DuckDuckGo? It's seemingly collusion that they are covering this up on their end, and it's the job for, if any hands are dirty on the other end, it's a multifaceted cover up. It seems to be. Elon Musk, the one of the richest men in the world, varies depending on the day. That is, I mean, election interference. I mean, I don't know if they're ever going to go. I don't know if our country's ever going to be in a position to actually take them on as a monopoly. Jack Posho asks some interesting questions. Where's the rifle? What kind of rifle was it? Where's the drone at? Where's the ladder? Was that in the van with the explosives? And like, why a bike and a van? Like, bro, how far away was the van? Wasn't it just like in the parking lot? That was the whole point. Like, it wouldn't be too far away, or else, like, because it was a diversionary tactic. Yeah, the rangefinder, any clue on the explosives, any information. They have not said anything. An official, like, I think the only thing the FBI said in an official capacity was just correcting the head of it, saying no, Trump actually was shot. Yes. Now, do y'all see what's going on south of the border? Not in Mexico, in Venezuela. They actually had an election, and the people were under the impression that, they could vote out the tyranny. Turns out the tyranny wanted to stick around a little bit longer. We'll get into that here in a minute. Here's the real problem here. See, we're going to go over some courage and we're going to go over some coward. So, the coward Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, has a list of people I have never heard of. That's going to be the Republican makeup of the commission to investigate the Trump assassination. And then one is labeled a rhino. I've never heard of any of them. Now, Eli Crane, Navy SEAL sniper, or Army combat vet Corey Mills, they've spent time on the ground there analyzing it, and they weren't included. So, the head of the FBI wouldn't say that Trump was shot. The Speaker of the House is proactively not putting people on there that are best suited to get to the bottom of this with their experience level. So the FBI this is our country, folks. I mean, we have people at YouTube like you. How could you be okay with this? How can you be okay with this? So, Speaker Johnson needs to go. He's a coward. He is a coward. He's on a man conviction, like The Godfather.
You're not a wartime consigliere, Tom.
Right there. Let's listen to that again.
You're not a wartime consigliere, Tom. You're not a wartime consigliere, Tom.
Mike Johnson needs to go. Will that make the Republican Party look weak and lose votes? It could. It could. But what if you tell the American public for that exact reason, and then he's been bought and paid for? He's ruined. He's going to have to be replaced. Here's my vote. Speaker Johnson is a coward. He's exhibited from whenever he popped on the scene. As soon as he popped on the scene, as soon as Mike Johnson was on the scene when he became speaker, or shortly before, a pastor that I follow on YouTube sat down and did like an interview or a talk with another pastor who's from Louisiana, who is part of the push to completely ban abortion in Louisiana. And I mean, they had the votes. It was going forward, and Mike Johnson, who was not in the state, he wasn't a state rep any longer, but came back, from Congress and told everyone, no, you need to kill this. We'll lose seats if we stand by our principles. So he's a coward, and he needs to be replaced by this man, Congressman Wesley Hunt from Texas. Just strategically, I think.
I'm going to tell you today, I categorically reject the soft bigotry of low expectations. Black Americans and people of color are proud. We expect more of ourselves. That's what black excellence really means to me. And above all else, we don't need a new solution to a problem that doesn't exist. Let me be clear. Making it to the polls to vote in person with an ID in this country today is a very low bar, extremely low bar.
He should be our next speaker. He's from Texas. Mike Johnson, maybe they get through the election. That's probably a good idea. That's probably strategically a smart thing to do, but he has to go. I mean, like, if the Republicans sweep, Johnson has to go. He needs to go anyway, but still. Make that guy speaker. There's other guys. I mean, there's other really good ones too, but. So back to Venezuela. They're tearing down statues of Hugo Chavez, who overthrew the government, the previous government. Well, I think did they vote it in, or did he overthrow the government? I thought they voted it in, and then regretted it. But there was a socialist revolution, because I remember Parks and Rec, actually, there was, yeah. Anyway. So now the new leader, Maduro, apparently, so they still put on mock elections. And his, thugs went and just stole boxes of ballots. I mean, just did raids. It's a total dictatorship, and the people have risen up and are tearing down statues of Hugo Chavez. Why are we helping Ukraine and not the people of Venezuela? But they're doing it themselves. Elon Musk says, adios, Dictatora Maduro. I don't want to talk, if I talk much about the Dem candidate, I don't even want to say her name. I think because they have me marked. But, I'm so sick of, she's horrible, but, it's so easy to trash, and that's all I've been hearing. It's just, and then equally, as much as I hear the trashing, I hear the praising her from the left. Okay, so the VP is going to be this Tim Walz guy from Minnesota. So they think at least that'll save them Minnesota, and then they'll go to work on Arizona. They might be able to pull off Arizona, and who knows in Philadelphia. There was something just saying though. There's will she actually leave the DNC? We got a month. Will she leave the DNC as the candidate? So this appears as if they are dragging the head of Hugo Chavez through the streets. Bravo, Venezuelans. Bravo. Are they trying to push us to that? I don't know. I hope not. Because it just makes you think, power structures. We need to get involved, folks. Okay, for a little while, I was getting pretty salty, and you gotta make mistakes and learn from them. I kind of lashed out at 3 local state reps, calling them out in email, and every single one of them responded. One blew me off. 2 of them blew me off. And I was pretty. It's a little aggressive, but it's just they don't give a shit. They just do not give a shit. So, to people who don't give a shit, yeah, I came off probably like a crazy person. You know what I mean? But one actually responded, and it wasn't even my rep. And we ended up talking on the phone for an hour. And it was really good. I mean, we didn't really agree. I mean, she was conservative, I think. But, I mean, just not. But she did speak to me, you know what I mean? And the other ones responded. And then once, okay, so I talked about it on this podcast where I went to this soccer game, I think, or football. Was it football? At next town over. And the parking was so bad that you had people like, parking in the adjacent field, which the city owned. Well, the city didn't like that, and the next week they threatened to tow people. So I went on Facebook and called the mayor out, who's active on the community page, and told him he should be ashamed of himself. And again, my language wasn't quite what it should have been. I wish I would have tweaked it slightly. I mean, just never so slight tweak. I think I don't even remember how I put it, but I know I could have put it better. I mean, I think I probably could have just directly contacted him like I did the state reps, and he probably would have responded. But it got ugly on Facebook. I mean, I had a lot of support, a lot of people supporting me, and going back. I mean, the mayor and I went back and forth on Facebook. It kind of got ugly, and a lot of people attacked me. A lot of people just blindly defended the government for no reason. But it still didn't sit well. I just didn't like it. So I quit the Facebook group because I got into it with somebody else at one point or about something else. I argued, and it's just apparently I just can't allow myself to get sucked into that stuff. So anyway, I quit the group, and then that night I emailed back and forth with the mayor. Actually, we emailed back and forth for a few days after that, and he said no hard feelings. But my point is, well, one, do go after your government officials for failure, but also think about what you say as well. Be stern. I mean, being too rude is not necessary. A little rude might be, but I stepped the line a bit both times. But anyway, I'm rambling. The mayor said, "I'm just a figurehead" on through email. And then it dawned on me, because I watched Parks and Recreation, that's exactly it. The mayor's just a figurehead on that show as well. The city manager runs the town, and that's what this local mayor's told me. And then also in the Parks Department, ironically. And it's okay, we got a mayor, the public face of the town, who's not responsible for anything. The city manager, he's responsible, but he's not really responsible. I mean, because the Parks Department's really responsible. I mean, what do you want the city manager to do about it? Because the parks. So it's not really anyone's responsibility. I mean, really. I mean, yeah. I got a point. It's I got a point. You got a point, but I mean, we're not gonna do anything about it. That's our government, folks. That's our government. So, get active. We don't want our country to turn into Venezuela. We don't want to have to fight for freedom that way. We shouldn't have to. We're a republic. We are a republic. And that should protect us against that. So, folks, that's all I got. Quick little episode, hopefully. I'll probably get this up tomorrow. I'm not going to be able to get this done tonight. But see you next time. Bye.
This is your life, and it's ending 1 minute at a time.
This war stops now.
End the war. Bring freedom to our people.
No. No more tricks. No more lies. Only truth.
This is where we hold them! This This is where we fight!